Our first Sunday of the year. This is better than Christmas. It's better than your birthday. The NFL is back, which means NFL Pub Hub is back. Season 5, Episode 1. Thank you to all of the cappers who have joined us. We had 41 different cappers join us last year. Thank you to all the cappers in the chat that support this show. And let's celebrate our champions, our Season 1 inaugural champion, the Big Ragu, our Season 2 champion, Ian Cameron, a.k.a. Bobano, our Season 3 champion, Birdie Betts, and our most recent champion, who was second in Season 3, the highest winning percentage in the show's history, from Brothers and Bets, our guy Marley. And we are back. Thank you guys for joining us. We are getting right to work here. We got to move very, very quickly. Justin McKelvey stacks plays of the day. Njoku and Kyler Murray ready to rock. Gorky's play of the day is the Seahawks. He's also on Denver regulation, Washington, Cincinnati moneyline. I will copy and paste all of these. Big Mastro in the house. Talk sports with JT, Gorky. All of those guys I just talked about, you will see on this show, but not episode 1. It was tough to put all of these cappers who have supported the show over the years in this first premiere episode. We have Bobano leading off, but we need to move very quickly, so I need to see him backstage in a minute, or we'll go with number 2, which is Troy Torrance. Troy Torrance, Marley Betts, Mr. Sean Higs, Spenny Penny Bombs, Billy Brisbane, the Sweaty Butcher, the Big Ragu, and then Dutch Boy Fresh, going to be putting a bow on the day's proceedings. And we are just going to move right into our first guest. I don't have time to wait. We can't every minute we need. So let's skip to our number 2 guest here, my co-host in Bankroll Blitz. Please welcome, and thank you guys so much for being here. All of you, it means so much to me. Thank you. Please welcome Mr. Troy Torrance to the show. Troy, what's good, man? How are you?
I'm ready to go, man. Week 1 NFL. Let's get into it.
Troy, we start with Pittsburgh Steelers at New York Jets, MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. I have doubled up on unders, and it was difficult not to move on the New York Jets. Let's take a look at the line history. And again, this is about our guests, so I just want to hear their action. So let's get into the line history and the movement here. We have the Jets +3 at a pick'em as we speak. This was a 2.5 for a little while yesterday, but we're back at 3. It's gone from 3 to 2.5 to 3 to 2.5 to 3. And from a total perspective here, we have a 38. Now, this 38 has an 9-cent move to the over in the last hour, but it has fallen from 39. Troy Torrance, take it away.
Yeah, I'm going to be pretty brief with my breakdowns because I gave a full-blown show on Tuesday and a lot of talk on Sunday as well. So let's just get the brass tacks. I think that this is a perfect environment to bet the under. You have Aaron Rodgers paired with Arthur Smith, probably the most conservative coaching quarterback tandem in the NFL. Small ball mentality from Aaron Rodgers, choosing the death by 1,000 cuts type of offense, and they have lack of wide receiver threats. The Steelers' offensive line is bottom of the league, and I expect them to struggle in the red zone because of that. I'm forecasting that offense to be long, drawn-out scoring possessions, if scoring at all, that are going to result in 3 points. On the other side, you got the Jets, who are going to primarily want to run the football, especially in this matchup. You're up against the most elite pass rush in the league. You got Justin Fields as your quarterback, and your offensive line was your strong suit. Now, it was. Now, they did lose somebody in the past 2 days to injury. So it's something to consider, but I do think they're going to focus on running the football. I think, lack of explosiveness on both sides of the offense. I bet the under 38.5, and I also took the Jets in a teaser because the market history in this spot says the Jets is the perfect leg to build the teaser with at 2.5, at 3, at 3.5. I know people they like to tease through 3. You can get 3s out there in the market. But history would say this is an undefeated type of market for the home dog on a teaser. And I guess I'll preface this too, because it's going to apply to the rest of my games. Week 1 totals tend to go under. We know that. But if the market's also moving towards the under in those situations, 21-7, 75% to the under over the last 3 seasons. And if it's 41 points or less, 6-1 to the under in week 1. Also, home dogs of 1 possession or less with a total of 41 or less, 21-11 to the under. And if the market's moving towards the under, 14-4 to the under. That's over 80%. I'm on the under. I also took the Jets in a teaser with the Cardinals. Jets plus 8.5, Cards minus a half, minus 120. And I did add a 3-leg sweetheart teaser, more to tickle my personal fancy. I got the Jets plus 13, Colts plus 8.5, and the Pats plus 7.5. So the only addition from Tuesday, Jim, is that 3-leg sweetheart teaser.
And can you give me that again? Jets plus 13, Cards plus.
No, not Cards. Colts plus 8.5 and Patriots plus 7.5.
Colts plus 8.5. Patriots plus 7.5. And then the one from the double up was the Jets plus 8.5 and the Cards plus a half.
Yep.
And then the under that you gave out was the
38.5 minus 105.
You are in business. Our first game is on the board. Thank you guys all for joining us. We move on to our second game on the board, and we must move quickly. New York Giants at Washington Commanders, Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. Let's see the line history right now. Now, a lot of our dogs have gone through the 6, and that's what we want as we've moved on the Giants. This one is going sort of the other direction. It has moved from 6.5 down to 6, but right now you can get that plus 6 at plus 100 for the Giants. Not what we are hoping to see. We would love to see a 5.5 there. And this total is at 45.5, juiced to the over. And I'm on the under on this one as well. Take it away, Troy.
I talked about this market flirting with the cash cow market where we start dipping below the 6. It doesn't look like we're going to get there, but I also have support. As long as we're closing at 6 or with any type of line movement on the spread or the money line towards the Giants, it's going to be a favorable situation, market history wise. And we got massive regression coming for this Commanders team. It's only a matter of time. And I think that time is now. They're way too efficient on 3rd and 4th down. They've been extremely lucky in the close games they've played. And the defense is extremely weak. This is going to be a bottom 5 defensive front and a bottom 5 secondary. So that's not making for a good sandwich if you got no bread. The offense, they have a great quarterback, and he's surrounded by some weapons. But the offensive line is still very weak headed into the season. And I think that even though I expect the offense to be strong, they're going to falter a little bit from where they were last year. Kingsbury, Daniels, they're great, and they're going to relieve a lot of pressure off this offensive line. But we're going to see regression. On the other side of the ball, you got the Giants, who I think the defensive line is going to manhandle this Commanders offensive line. You got great athleticism on the edge. And with McFadden at linebacker to help contain Daniels, they held Daniels to very minimum yards in their first matchup. I expect that to continue. And, I just believe that this Giants offensive line is going to be able to turn out some offensive line yards, and they're going to be able to run the ball. The Giants, that is, with Tyrone Tracy. New York Giants, last year, they averaged 5.9 yards and 5.3 yards against Commanders last season, respectively, in both their games. Both games were decided by 6 points or less. And the question really comes to me, can Russell Wilson repeat a Daniel Jones type of performance? And I think the answer is yes. The number is way too big. This is my favorite play on the board. I think the Giants are probably my favorite play. Giants plus 6.5, minus 118 for 1 unit. Bet that on Tuesday. And I bet the Giants plus 6 as well on Tuesday.
And that was with what, Vig?
Minus 105.
And we gave those out during our show. By the way, with this Pittsburgh Jets spot, 62% of the tickets on Pittsburgh, 79% of the cash on them. And I'm starting to get more and more interested in backing the Jets here. 77% of the tickets, 70% cash on the under. In the game we just spoke about, Giants, 54% of the tickets, 54% of the cash on the Giants, 65% of tickets, and 71% of cash on the over. And I'm on the under in that one. Let's roll on to our next spot on the board, and it is Bengals-Browns. My dad is in town, and we got in quite the argument over this game at the end of the evening last night. He thinks that I'm absolutely foolish, that I am just this is the clown bet of the day. We are betting each other on this game now. He cannot fathom that I could possibly be on the Browns here, even despite the record against the spread for divisional dogs at home. This total is up to 47.5. It's minus 113 to the over. And I had a bad feeling that the total would move against me. It's only moved. I mean, I got 47.5, but it's moved against me, which is uncomforting. The spread here, we have the Browns now at a 4.5. I mean, it's just glorious. Now, I did bet this morning after the arguments, but this was this morning early. This was a 5.5 at a pick'em. And then I bet it after it moved 10 cents. I was like, what am I doing? Why have I just been staying off? Just getting. I thought the public was going to come in and move this to 5.5 or 6. I was thinking that was going to be the case. That is not the case. We now have a 4.5. Now, the 4.5 is juiced to the Bengals. When we get to the cash float here, we have 63% of the tickets, 53% of the cash on Cincinnati, 68% of tickets, 65% cash on the over. Troy Torrance, take it away.
I love this spot. This is the market I like to bet the most. Now, if it was a road team that was dropping below the 6, I'd be on the money line. That's not the case here, but the divisional home dog trend stands true. This line movement still stands true. You want to be ATS on the home dog historically in this type of market environment. Jimmy, you talked about this toxicity. It's something that sticks into my head with this Bengals team. There's a lot of toxic behaviors, especially with the upper management and how they're treating the roster. That's going to create a huge disconnect. We've seen that come to fruition last year, and it really just kind of snowballed out of control. I think 6 points is too much for this Bengals team when I expect them to be dominated or potentially dominated. I expect them to lose in the trenches on both sides of the football. The offensive line for the Cleveland is returning to form where they're actually productive offensive linemen. Remains to be seen, but we know they have full quality and full caliber from left to right on that offensive line. The CNC defense, and if they get any superiority on the offensive line at all, we're going to see this Cleveland Browns team be able to move the football. And the CNC defense is a bottom 5 unit, and they did nothing to get better in the offseason. Joe Burrow has historically struggled massively when he plays against Cleveland, specifically in Cleveland. And the one that sticks out the most is his performance in week 1 of 2023, where he went 14 of 31 for 82 yards. And I think that this defense for the Cleveland Browns is something that's very volatile. We could see very, very productive defense or a very inefficient defense. I think it can go both ways, but I do trust the Browns to get the job done. I got a +6 at -120. I bet that on Tuesday, and I also added a player prop in this game, which it's kind of shocking. I'm betting a player prop in week 1, but that's how bullish I am on Harold Fanning Jr., the tight end for the Browns, over 19.5 receiving yards, -110. Bet that this morning. I love Harold Fanning Jr. I expect to see 12 personnel from the Cleveland Browns. You got Njoku and you got Harold Fanning. Who's going to get the attention between the tight ends? I know it's going to be Njoku. Harold Fanning, he could also line up at the wide receiver position. He's very fast, very athletic for a tight end. He's a great bet. Even if you want an anytime touchdown, I wouldn't talk you off.
Harold Fanning Jr. here, and that was over 19.5.
Over 19.5.
Over 19.5 receiving yards here. And that was what was the juice on that, Troy?
-110.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. I see so many great cappers in the chat. We have to move very quickly. We have 9 guests. We were supposed to start with Bobano, who is MIA, which is very strange. I hope everything is all right with him. But we have everybody ready to rock still, and we're going to keep moving forward. Next spot on the board, Raiders, Patriots, Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Let's take a quick look at the line history here for this one. We have the 2.5 right now, -114 for the Patriots. This was a 3. This was a 3 all week long. Not only all week long, this has been a 3 since this line came out June 4th. This has been a 3. I guess at times in late, around August 28th, the 2.5 was in play, but man, we are at the 2.5 right now. Let's get into the total here for this one. I did move on the over early in the week. This is the only over I am on, and now I see a 44.5 on the board. Love to see it. Love to see it. And from a cash flow perspective here, we have 68% of tickets, 62% of cash on Las Vegas, 62% of tickets, and 54% of cash on the under. Troy Torrance, take it away.
The over is starting to catch my attention a little bit. I talked about this market. I expected it to close at 2.5, and sure enough, that's what we got. I did move on the Patriots -2.5, and I'm honestly considering a money line bet on the Patriots if I got a better price. It doesn't look like we're going to get into the range that I wanted to, dipping below -140, but I'll take the 2.5 and be comfortable with it. I should be scared of the market, right? We dropped off a key number at 3 down to a 2.5. Well, what does that look like historically? The home favorite in this situation has gone 65% ATS and also 59% towards the over historically. If the game is not in division, it even gets better for both the home team. 89%, 8-1 in non-divisional. This is a very high, big part of the samples in division, and then also you get a 7-2 trend towards the over. Love the Patriots. I really, I think there's some X's and O's that align with your play on the over, but is it gone too far now? Because I was definitely considering it. I think that this is a perfect defensive matchup for Drake May to get on the right track, reignite the fire right out of the gate. The Raiders are a very soft defensive front. They have one quality defensive lineman. Outside of that, they're terrible. The secondary is awful. I think the Patriots offense is going to be able to find success under McDaniels. The flip side is really the question. What is the Raiders offense going to look like against this Vrabel defense? And I think it's a really hard matchup to judge, especially when you consider that we lost our strongest piece in Christian Gonzalez, being able to be an island boy, take away one receiver from the game pretty much. Losing him it's painful. But you still got Marcus Jones, Carlton Davis in a matchup against a wide receiver core that's very, it's very attainable to me to be able to lock those two up. Spillane and Ellis are quality linebackers in terms of run stopping. John Genty, and I trust Vrabel to put his defense in the best position. And Geno Smith has not looked great. I don't think Geno and Chip are going to come out fluid right out of the gate during the in the season. And I do think they do have some dangerous weapons, but I think the defense matches up pretty good. I can't deny the market at the end of the day. This is a line where I think the opening market offers more valuable information than does the line movement itself. And I think the line movement is somewhat predicated on Christian Gonzalez slowly being outed from this game with that looming injury. So, yeah, I'm on the Patriots -2.5.
He may not be available week 2 either, and it certainly does help the over. Am I looking for best line available right now on the 2.5?
Yes, sir.
-2.5. Okay, I will do that. I
bet a -2.5, -115 personally, and I'll
because I can see a -114, but that's about the best I can find.
That's good. That's good. I just give me -115. That's what I bet.
I can find a -108. -108 is available now. This line's moving against the Patriots. Let's roll on. Next up, Cardinals Saints. This one has been extremely interesting. A sharp capper like AM thinks the Saints are the best bet on the board. By the way, our guy Big O has the Patriots for his survivor pick. Week 1 survivor pick. Big O, not scared. No fear from Big O. Here, Cardinals Saints. We've heard AM think this was the best spot on the board, and there he is right now, +6.5. And now this is a 6. The market indicating that AM is on the right side. Not only that, but if you want the -6 right now, you can get it at even money +100. Wow. I have wanted the under all week. It just didn't make sense to me. It was just very confusing that this number was climbing with the bets on the under. And now we have a 44.5 juice to the over. This thing is skyrocketing. This was a 43.5 2 hours ago. It gives me great relief that I'm not on the under, and it does concern me. But we still have 58% of the cash on the under, and yet this one's just climbing and climbing and climbing. 79% of tickets and 81% of cash on Arizona. Take it away, Troy, my man.
See, some people are going to perceive this line differently. I personally see this opening 4.5, 5, and moving up to 6. The fact that we're still at 6, I don't care if it went to 6.5 and came back to 6. I just want to see it close above 6. And based on the book that I value the most, it looks like we're going to get a clean close. Actually, it's now, at the -110 +100. It might drop to 5.5. I still don't think that to be true. I think that just seeing them open at 4.5 alone is strength in favor of the Arizona Cardinals. And if you look at the matchup, how could you not agree? The Saints were the worst team against the run, 30th in the NFL against the run in the 2024 season. I think they did do some things to address that defensive run situation, but I think they're going to be still right back down towards the bottom of the charts. And, the Cardinals want to run the football inside, outside zone, heavy packages, RPO with Kyler. We're going to see a lot of that. And I think that tendency is going to be exacerbated in this matchup when you have 4 of the 5 down linemen grading out as Fs against the run. I think there's a very clear path for offensive success from the Cardinals, and you cannot say the same about the Saints offense. When you got Rattler at quarterback behind an offensive line that, I think has a wide range of potential outcomes, what's going to be the strongest tendency for the Saints team? It's going to be an extension of the run game, short passing game, and I don't think that's going to be enough to get the W against a team like the Cardinals. They're going to have to convert in the red zone. I don't see that being very likely. And the Saints team in general is going to be heavily reliant on explosive outlier type of plays to score points. I'm not one that's willing to bet on that. I love the market. Market history says betting on the Cardinals is a good situation here. I moved on the Cardinals double result plus 108 on Tuesday. I know for the show I put a half unit on that, but I also got the teaser, so I got the Cardinals right around the money line and the Jets plus 8.5.
Oh, so sorry. Sorry, I'm just looking at Ricky Levine saying, "Seeing this, Jimmy, is the true Arizona hasn't won as a road favorite since 2021." I started thinking about the times that I've cashed with the Cardinals on the road, and they've not been favorites in all of those situations. I was just like, roll that, and I was like, no. I mean, that sounds legitimate. I think the issue then, Ricky, is how many times have they been road favorites? I mean, that has to be the next. I'm sure the sample size is minuscule. Troy, what was the official action here?
The Cardinals have been road favorites 3 times over the past 3 years, and they were 0-3 straight up in all of them. But they were, 2.5 1-point spreads. So, I mean, it's not like they were, big favorites. It was basically a pick. I got the double result plus 108, and I got the teaser with the Jets plus 8, plus 8.5 money line, pretty much.
Double result plus 108. And when you got that, I moved on the double result as well on Tuesday night, or Tuesday morning, like before we got to the show, and I got minus 105.
Go.
There's Big Tatum in the house. Big Tatum. The next spot on the board here for us is Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Atlanta Falcons, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. You will see my action. It'll be coming up intermittently throughout the show, but I'm quite concerned with my under 47.5. I haven't moved on the side, and I shouldn't be quite concerned. I really shouldn't be. I don't think. This is still sitting at a 47.5. We saw these 2 games skyrocket over last year. And so why am I? This is great. This is great that it's just sitting here at a 47.5. I should be very comfortable here, I think.
Wait, what are you on, Jimmy? You're on?
I'm on the under 47.5.
Nice. Okay.
No side here for me, but we've seen this, and I'm thankful for that too, because we've seen this move towards the Falcons. This was a 2 all week long, and now we are sitting at a 1 plus 1 juice to the Falcons. This is quickly becoming a pick'em. And when we take a look at the board here for this Falcons Buccaneers spot, we have 57% of tickets, 55% of cash on Atlanta, 62% of tickets, and 82% cash on the over. Troy Torrance, take it away.
There's basically 5 layers of market analysis that I do, and looking at the history of markets and how they've performed. All 5 of this type of market are playing to the over at a 60+% clip. The strongest one being a 24-9 trend to the under that fits this market very specifically. So you got a big sample going under 83% of the time. That's pretty strong evidence to me. And there's a lot of reasons not to like it. If you look at what happened last year and what the history of these 2 teams, I was really high on this Falcons team until the wind got taken on my sails with that injury. Fortunately, I don't think this is going to be a dynamic pass rush from the Buccaneers to really, impact them off the edge. The side is really tricky in this game. So I'm just going to really focus on the total because we have overwhelming database support for the under, a Bucs defense that matches up well in the trenches and in the secondary, as long as Vea can continue to plug that, from B gap to B gap like he has historically. And the Bucs are going to be adjusting to their new offensive coordinator. I expect regression, especially early in the season, and especially after you put up numbers like they did in 2024. I think they're going to be slower paced and less explosive under Grizzard than they were under Cohen. And the last 2 matchups, that's pretty much one of my favorite. One of the things that makes me so bullish is looking at the 2 matchups, what happened last year. Both games, both markets opened up and started flying to the over almost immediately. The second matchup between these 2 teams opened at 45.5 and was up to 48. Now we've seen the exact opposite of that. We open up at 49.5 and plummet to 47. Nobody's going to want the under in this matchup, and I actually love the under in this matchup. I bet it on Tuesday under 47 minus 104.
And you got me there too. You got me there too. And this was one of those totals that we could have been sitting here at a 50. And the fact, or no, maybe that's exaggerating, but we could have been sitting here with a move against us. And so I'm pretty thankful there's no move against us. We have AM here believing in these Atlanta Falcons. Has the loss of Chris Godwin is impactful here. Can't back these Buccaneers secondary, and the spot he's on the Falcons plus 1.5. And Coin says another divisional home dog spot here. Again, in week one, home dogs since 2012, 18 divisional home dogs, 18-4 against the spread. We got to be tight here. We got 3 more games. Next up, 49ers, Seattle Seahawks, Lumen Field, and Seattle, Washington. I took the ass end of the under. Then we heard about McCaffrey's calf muscle, and it's about to be 43s across the board. It's juiced to the under 43.5. I got the 43.5. This opened up at 45.5. I'm wondering if that comes back to haunt me. When we get to the total, the side here with the McCaffrey news, the 49ers now just -1. They opened up at 1.5, but that quickly went to 2.5, and that is now just a 1. And then when we get to the cash flow for Niners, Seahawks, 52% of the tickets on Seattle, 54% of the cash on them, 57% of tickets on the under, and 68% cash on the over. Troy Torrance, take it away.
This is just another game where there's just overwhelming market trends towards the under, specifically in this matchup, in this division, and in week one. And if you look at both sides' game plan, it's going to be a very similar story. I think we're going to project out a very heavy mix of run. We should expect to see some play action based off that run. I don't think there's going to be a lot of explosive plays to be had in this type of game. And we know that Kubiak wants to run outside zone until the wheels fall off, and they should be able to find some success if you look at where the 49ers graded out last season. But if you look at what the 49ers did against the run in the red zone, it's actually looking a lot better for them. So if that's what you want. When you're betting unders, you don't want teams to be able to excel in the red zone, and you want teams to be running the ball, moving the clock. I think we get both of those elements in this game. I bet under 43 at plus 100 on Tuesday.
Under 43, and I had to pay the juice on that. We got a Freebands play of the day is on his San Francisco 49ers.
I do think the 49ers are the right side at the current number.
That is an under 43 at plus 100. And what was the Atlanta Bucks under that you got?
Minus 104.
At 47.5 or 48? 47 flat.
Yep.
Minus 104. Let's roll into, and we also have BJ's max bet here. Ravens money line. This is the game of the week for me. I couldn't be more excited about this football game. I had expected 2 months ago to still be on the Bills. That Josh Allen, I think, is the best player in the National Football League, and the best player can win a game even if his team is not quite as good, because, of course, the quarterback's impact on the game. I, through study, flipped. Not only did I flip, but I ended up saying the Ravens have the best roster in the National Football League, and that's by margin. Now, you can say, oh, they're going to fold under pressure. Lamar Jackson can't win the big game. He's 70-24 in the regular season, but he's only won 3 times playoffs. Say whatever you want. I'm taking the best football team in the league to win and get the revenge from last year's divisional round final. And I've got them over 11.5 wins, and I've got them to win the Super Bowl at plus 650. Again, these were bets that I did not come in expecting to make this year. This is our Sunday nighter. We'll be live right here. Drinking Hand. Shout out to my friend Drinking Hand. The Ravens opened up +1 at plus 104. They're now -1 at minus 111. When we get to the total here for this one, I bet the first half under 25.5. And I almost bet it again this morning accidentally. I caught myself. Thank God. I don't want 2 units on the first half under. I caught myself. Thank God. The total opened up at 52.5. It's now at 50.5. I got the 25.5 on the first half under, and it's now at 24.5. Troy Torrance, take it away.
When I'm bullish on a side like that, Jim, I do the same thing where I don't hesitate. I just lay it out there. If I'm very confident in the side, I'll just continue to bet it, different books, trying to get my exposure wide, reduce heat. But I'm right there with you on this game. When you have home teams that close +1 or +1.5, over the past 3 years. Just close +1, +1.5. 20 and 30 straight up and ATS. That's 40%. It's also a 74% trend to the under just on the spread filter alone, which is shocking to me. Take it a level deeper and you look at when the home team is above 500, meaning, you have a winning football team at home, which I think we know the Bills will be this season. That trend goes down from 40% down to 27%. And the under goes up to 80%. Just an incredible market history where we currently sit. And it flipped from where we were on Tuesday. But I kind of seen that was coming, despite some injuries that came through that did move that line. Maybe that's what moved the line and not what my expectation truly was. But I think that here's what's going to happen. The offense for the Ravens, I don't see a lot of resistance on this Bills defense, especially when you omit the 2 guys from injury, and especially when you look at how tiny this defensive line and defensive linebackers are. I don't think they're going to be able to compete in the trenches and with, especially when you got Lamar Jackson and Henry running the football. I mean, I can go so much into this. I'm sure we'll go into this very deeply on Sunday. This is my second favorite bet, and I've added a position since Tuesday. I got the Ravens money line -102 for 1 unit. I got the Ravens -1, -110 for a unit. And I got the first half under 26, -110 for a unit.
I also, on top of the futures, the Ravens, in the first half under, I have $100 with my dad on this one too. There's 3 spots that I have $100 against my dad on. Talk to you about the Bengals, Browns here, the Ravens, Bills, and then he's also on the Texans. I'm on the Rams, and we'll get into that later. Let's get into the Monday night. We got to be tight here. We have our defending Pub champion on deck, ready to rock and roll. We have Monday night football, first half and full game unders, and through capping with Troy, I ended up on Minnesota Vikings, which wasn't something I expected necessarily. 7-cent move towards the under right now at 44. And on the point spread, we have the Monday nighter at -1, -108. This is another dog to favorite. Now, this did get up to -2, and it was a healthy -2. So now it's a -1. You could say that's a little disconcerting, but this is a very similar trajectory, other than it dropping a point. Similar move that we had with the Ravens Bills. Now, in the Ravens Bills, Baltimore does have 67% of tickets and 72% of the cash. So it is sort of public. 56% tickets, 78% cash on the over. And then here for our Monday nighter, I don't have it up. I only have Sundays up. So I'll pull this up here, the cash flow. But let's hear from Troy Torrance. Troy, take it away.
Yeah, I tripled up on this game. There's a lot to like about what the Bears did this offseason. But like you said, and you kind of help this logic develop in my head, is that I'm hard pressed to imagine that molds together in week 1 of the season, especially when you parlay that with they're up against the Flores defensive scheme, which is probably the worst draw for this Bears offense and Caleb Williams in week 1. I expect the Flores blitz to cause plenty of confusion and chaos for Caleb. And I feel similarly about the Bears defense, where I don't think their coaching necessarily aligns with their roster, especially early in the season. And on the Viking side of the ball, I expect there to be a massive learning curve for McCarthy and company. We don't know who McCarthy is. I can't say I'm personally bullish on him. He's from my backyard. He's a Chicago suburb, so I'm familiar with who he is, and I've watched him play at Nazareth. I just don't know if he's the one, especially coming off this injury, especially early in the season. I think both teams are going to get acclimated to their coaching environments and to their teams. So I bet the under, and obviously you have a bullish market in favor of the under in division, and you have a bullish market in favor of the Vikings. So I moved on the Vikings money line -120 on Tuesday. I also moved on all of these on Tuesday. The under 44.5 at -115, and the first half under 21.5 at +100.
And I got those same numbers after we broke it down.
Jimmy, the one game I don't have on here that I forgot to send you was the Colts, and that market has continuously moved in the right direction. I love where the Colts-Dolphins market currently sits, and I bet it. I think I bet it on Tuesday as well, the Colts money line and the Colts -1. So, yeah, that's not part of my card. I love the coaching staff because, if you remember on Tuesday, I got into we were talking with Birdie in the chat. Birdie was like, they got a different defensive coordinator. We shouldn't expect cover 3. And then I got into deep diving into Anarumo. I love what Anarumo brings to the table. I love this coaching staff of the Colts. So, yeah, I moved on the Colts as well, money line and -1.
What was the -1 juice? What was the money line juice?
Money line -105, and the juice on the -1 was very minimal. It was -109.
-109. I'd love to hear it. I'm on the Colts here. We've been taking some flack for the spot, but 72% of tickets, 74% of cash on Miami. We're on Indianapolis, and you can say the same thing about the Monday Nighter. 75% of tickets, 82% of cash on the Bears, and we are on the Vikings. Great stuff here from Troy Torrance. Let's do a quick review of Troy Torrance's action here. We have the Jets plus 8.5, Cards plus a half teaser. The 3-team teaser, Jets plus 13, Colts plus 8.5, Patriots plus 7.5. He's also on the under 38.5. He's on the Giants plus 6.5 and plus 6, Browns plus 6, and Harold Fannin Jr. over 19.5 receiving yards. Patriots -2.5, -108. Cardinals double result at plus 108. The under 47 in Tampa Bay, Atlanta. The under 43 plus 100 in Niners, Seahawks. Ravens money line. Ravens -1. First half under 26. Vikings money line under 44.5. First half under 21.5. Colts -1 and Colts money line. Troy Torrance, a monster Sunday awaits, and I love your competitive nature. We have our show on Bankroll Blitz, but you want to be involved in NFL Pub Hub. You want to be involved as we track every single capper. 41 were here last year, and I love your competitive nature wanting to rock with us. Thank you so much for being here and hitting lead off on our Season 5 premiere. Thank you, my friend. Any last words for the Capper Sporting Show?
Cheers. Good luck to everybody. Let's go get that cash.
Let's go get that cash. We go from Troy Torrance to last year's NFL Pub Hub champion. Not only was he the season 4 NFL Pub Hub champion, but in season 3, he came second to Birdie. This man has the highest winning percentage of any capper who's been on our show over the last 4 years, coming to us from Texas. Please welcome the star of Brothers in Bets, our guy Marley in the house. Marley, what's good, man? Great to see you. How are you?
What's good, Jimmy? What's good? I'm good, man. Good to see you. Good to be back. What's up, Cappers in the chat? What's going on?
We have set these games up, so we just sit back and hear how you are getting paid. Take it away. New York Giants, Washington Commanders, Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. You've already heard both Troy and I bullish on the Giants, but the market not really instilling confidence at this point. Take it away, my friend.
Yeah, I'm going to try to be quick, man. It's, first week, man, I don't do too much heavy because we don't know exactly what we're seeing. We're basing a lot of shit off last year and kind of what we expect. But as far as that being said, I'm right with you, man. I'm with both you guys on the Giants. Plus 6 points, divisional matchup. What can we say about the D-line that you haven't said? Abdul Carler, Burns, Dexter Lawrence. And the Redskins, they won a lot. Commanders, my bad. Brain fart. The Commanders won a lot of one-score games last year that I don't expect them to win this year. You kind of brought it up earlier with I expect us not necessarily a CJ Stroud kind of drop off from Daniels, but I do expect a little bit of a sophomore slump, if anything. And I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball. I think it's going to be too much put on Daniels coming out. So defense, and I don't think the defense is going to be that good. They weren't good last year. I don't think they're going to be any better this year. I think the Giants, Russ having at least decent quarterback play will keep them in a lot of games. Neighbors is a nightmare matchup for any DB. I think they'll be able to run the ball a little bit here too. So I like the Giants plus the points. I think 6 is way too many for a divisional matchup, and I think they played each other twice pretty close last year.
Do you want the 6.5 here? Would you prefer that because it's or do you want the plus 100 and no vig situation?
I mean, I got it at 6. So I'm fine. I'm comfortable with the 6.
Okay, 6 at plus 100. The 6.5 is now available at minus 110. Giants plus 6 plus 100 here for our guy Marley Betts. Last year didn't even have as good of a winning percentage as he did in his first season with us in year 3. Last year, Marley Betts went 50-37 plus 10.35 units. And when he started out the year, 6 of his first 7 weeks on the show were winning weeks. It was pretty the most consistent capper as well that we have. Marley Betts in the house, and his card has begun here. Next up for Marley, 49ers, Seattle Seahawks. We have cappers on either side of the fence on side and total here. Take it away.
I'm on the Seahawks here, especially after the McCaffrey injury. I just think they're a little too banged up, and I think they lost a lot on defense. Ayuk is still banged up. There's no Greenlaw. There's what's the safety's name? What's the
Talanoa Hufanga?
He's big. He is not going to be there neither.
Went to the Broncos.
So for me personally, and they went 1-5 in the division last season. I think they were 2-6 on the road last year. I don't see this team. I think the 49ers days of dominating this division are over. I do like what the Seahawks started to do last season, especially after the bye. I think they were 6-8. The defense is going to improve under Mike McDaniel. That's supposed to be his thing. If y'all remember, he came over from the Ravens. You got the addition of Sam Darnold. I don't know if Darnold was a fluke last year or not. I guess that still kind of remains to be seen. I think they'll be able to run the ball. Seattle is one of the toughest places to play in the NFL. So I'm going to ride with the home team here. I'll take the money line. This is more for me is when McCaffrey went down and Ayuk went down and all the departures on the defense. I just think that 49ers team on the road is not going to be able to go in Seattle and get a win. I like Seattle. I'm on the money line here. I already bet it.
You get the best line available right now, which looks like it is a plus 111 on at a reputable book. I see some non-reputable books with a little bit higher, but we don't count those. Plus 111 for and if quickly, if you were moving on this total, that's now at 43.5, opened up at 45.5. What would your move be? Out of curiosity.
43.5, and what would you say?
Opened up at 45.5.
Oh, it's went down. I might be getting confused with Arizona. Oh, it's the same division. Don't these divisional games tend to go over?
No, they tend to go under.
Under?
Yeah.
Under. Okay. I don't know. That's why
totals are tricky in week one. And
especially in the division. And I'm not you asked me would I bet the over?
Yeah. I'm on the under, and so is Troy, but we've had some.
Where are you going to get points from Seattle? I mean, from San Fran. Like, who are you counting on to give you 20 plus points?
I think that I don't know which Brock Purdy we're going to see. The 2023 Brock Purdy was 13th highest passing grade or passing rating in NFL history, or the 2024 pedestrian numbers 13th highest passing grade in the league.
I would say he doesn't have those weapons anymore.
Yeah, and a very old offensive line. That is healthy, though, to start the year. Let's roll on. We have a very, very interesting spot that our guy Marley is focusing on next. Tennessee Titans, Denver Broncos is our next spot. I know the Broncos have a much tougher schedule this year. I tried to stay away from all of those public 9.5 season totals, and I did fade the Commanders. I took their under 9.5. I had to move on the Broncos. I just felt compelled to bet the over 9.5 wins. I would want to be on them here if it weren't for these incredible trends against them. The Titans were the worst team against spread in the NFL last year, 12%, 3-14 against the spread. But since 2003, road teams between plus 4.5 and 9, with a total between 40 and 41.5, are 52-12 against the spread. Assuming they're in 3 to 6 wins in the previous season, that's part of the angle. And if they're playing a team that made the postseason the prior year, they're 22-5 against the spread. Now you could say this total is no longer between 40 and 41.5, which it opened and it stayed at for quite some time. It is now a 42.5 juice to the under, and that you could say that makes it all moot, and that would be, I guess, valid argument. From a point spread scenario here, we have this at 9. We have for a 9er on the board. Wow, we were wondering if it would hit 9. It hit 9 at 10:21 this morning. It is juiced to Tennessee. You can get that -9 for Denver at plus 100. And when we get to the cash flow, Marley, for the spot, we have 86% of tickets, 91% of the cash on the Denver Broncos, 60% of tickets, and 82% of cash on the under. Take it away.
Yeah, I'm on the Broncos here, Jimmy, with the big spread. I can't remember the exact number, and I should have wrote it down. All of the number one drafted quarterbacks, their first game is like double-digit losses.
Even
Bryce,
Jaden Daniels, after that great season, his first game was a double-digit loss.
all the way back to I think Andrew Luck, Cam Newton. They both lost their first game by double digits, and they weren't playing nearly as good as the defense that they're going to see in Denver. And you got to my main thing with this is, as much as I'm a huge Cam Ward fan, thought he should have been the number one draft pick. There's no way he's going to go into Denver on his first game, and I don't think he's going to be successful at all. And the Broncos have won 9 of their last 10 games last season were covering this number over double-digit points. Like you said, their schedule is going to be a lot tougher, obviously. But I just think that I have a thing where I fade rookie quarterbacks, especially week one. Coming into the NFL season, it's a different level of football. It's a different speed of football. I don't think he has. Not only does he not, they drafted a rookie quarterback for a reason. They were at the bottom of the NFL. They don't have the weapons around him yet. I don't think they'll have much success in the running game. They are going to Mile High. Sean Payton's going to outcoach. This defense was not good. I don't really see too many positives in the Titans. You're just hoping they cover because the number is big to me for anybody that's taking Tennessee. I don't know what positives that you think they have over Denver offensively or defensively. There's nothing to point me to take the 9.5 other than it's a lot of points, so maybe they should cover.
Yeah, the only good thing I could say about the Mother Award is that Callahan's dad, Bill, is coaching the offensive line, and I love that shit. I love J.C. Latham moving the right tackle. I love the old man coming in to coach the offensive line. I just love that so much, and I think Tony Pollard can do some big things.
I think Tony Pollard's a good running back. I think he'll be. I don't know if he'll be successful. I think he'll be okay, but I think
who the hell is L'Jarius Sneed? Is he the best corner in the league, or is he the worst graded corner in the league?
I have no idea.
That's the craziest 2-year extreme dichotomy. Let's roll into a game. I must hear your information. I must hear your information here. Houston Texans at LA Rams. This is the last spot on Marley's board before Mr. Sean Higs joins us. Let's take a look at the line history right now. I am on the LA Rams. I got the 2.5 as well. This is now a -3 at -110. I saw -115. Oh, now it's back to -113 here. That just moved 1 minute ago. Good. I see some -115s. I saw -115 at 365. That makes me very pleased. I'm on the Rams to win the Super Bowl at 20-1. I'm on the Rams, and only have 2 Super Bowl spots, Ravens and Rams. I'm on the Rams to win the NFC West. I'm on the Rams over 9.5 wins. I'm on the under too, and I beat this market move badly on the under as well here, and I'm on the -2.5. As I said, this is now a 43.5. It is juiced to the under, but this was a 42.5. A couple days ago, which made me extremely excited, but it's no longer that 42.5. And when we get to the cash flow here for Texans, Rams, 53% of the tickets and 65% of the cash on the Texans. I love that too. I can't stop. Now look, my dad thinks that these future bets he's here right now are foolish. He thinks they're the dumbest. How could you possibly think how could you possibly trust this beaten up Stafford coming into the season with a back injury in the 17th season? And my only reply to that is, hasn't Stafford been injured for 10 straight years? Hasn't he been dealing with his back injury every single year? I just need him to keep it together this season and then take his wheelchair and roll off in the fucking sunset. 62% of tickets on the under, 79% of cash on the under. So many great cappers in the chat that I've missed. DJ, $100,000 in the house. Miss you, pal. Great to see you. Take it away for us, Marley, Texans, Rams.
All right. We know I'm a bit biased, Jimmy. I'm from Houston, Texas. That is my team. And I'm kind of with your dad. Not all the way with him, but I mean, Stafford's probably one of the toughest quarterbacks that we've ever had in the NFL, right? Guys, definitely his toughness should never be questioned. We've seen him play through all types of injuries. But man, backs scare me. And maybe they just held him out to participate because he's an old guy. He didn't really have to be at camp. You know, we'll say his back's hurting. But Jimmy, he basically didn't practice at all. And now he's going against what arguably could be the best defense in the NFL. I certainly think it'll be in the top 5. Right? Wow. You got Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson coming off the edge, one of the best tag team or tandem pass rushers coming off the edge. Probably have top 5 secondary on the back end with Stingley, and then Petrie's coming back, my favorite Texan, coming back into the fold. Definitely going to be a tough defense. I'm with you with the under. That's one of my plays. Both of these defenses are going to be really good, really solid. On the Texan side of the ball, as far as offensively, possibly could struggle. New offensive coordinator coming in. It is a good Rams defense. Still question marks on the offensive line for the Texans. No Mixon in this game, but we do got Chubb coming in. We'll see how he looks, being a little bit further removed from the injury. I do think the Texans, if they can protect CJ, can have success on the back end of the Rams defense. It's not as good as the front end. Secondary has question marks. Do still got Nico Collins. Kirk's hurt, but I think Nico Collins is still one of the better half of the receivers. Probably not in that elite group, but right behind that group. He always steps up for us anyway, last 2-3 seasons. So I think if CJ can be protected, he can find some weaknesses in the secondary, whereas on Stafford's side of the ball or the Rams offense, I think the Texans defense is a lot better than the Rams defense. I think it's good on the back end and the up front. So I think, and we're talking about a close game. I'm not going to give up 3 points in a game that probably could end 14-17 either side or 20-17. I don't think this is going to be a blowout either way. We're going to get a close ball game based off these two defenses. So if we're going to get a close game based off these defenses, then give me the 3, with, in my opinion, will be the better defense of the two.
I don't think anybody can mess with the Texans secondary. Stingley got his money. He's been the best cornerback in PFF coverage since 2023. Jalen Petrie's, with the history, he came down to the boys that you coach, came down to the field. He's because of the clips and what you sent, he's become one of my favorite players in the NFL.
Love that guy.
By margin. I love him. Aziz Al-Shaair is a violent, dangerous linebacker whom I love.
Yes.
But now no Christian Kirk, so you can focus all of your attention, all of it on Nico Collins. Then you have Chubb, who needs to resurrect his career if he's capable of doing that. Some people don't. Last year, 77.5 PFF passing grade. Now that was for Stroud. That was 11th, 29th deep passing grade. How's that going to change if there's only one receiver that you're concerned about deep? And he was number 1 in 2023. I do think their question marks abound, but a dangerous defense. Let's get the official action here. We're going to give you the 3 + 3 and the under, and we can still get an under at 43.5 at -108. That just moved up there. So under 43.5 at -108, and the Texans +3, and I'll get that best line available.
He makes a good point too. Don't sleep on Higgins. He's a really good receiver.
No, I feel that. And God, Dameon Pierce has done nothing since that rookie season. It's been very strange watching this team roll. We can get you that +3, and we can get it now at +102 for you. +3 at +102. Here's a big thing, you guys. Here is a big thing, everybody. Before our guy Marley goes off to go get paid and watch football, Marley's X handle was hacked.
Oh my God!
If you were to ask me, what would bother Marley more than anything else about who would hack his X handle, and I would say, well, probably, I don't know, gay male prostitute. That would be the first thing I would fire out. And correct, sir. Correct, sir. So he had to start a new X handle. Don't go to his old one.
Please don't. It's not your boy.
So this is his new X handle. He's just started it up. Please hit that link and support our season 3 NFL Pub Hub champion. And just the guy is as selfless as a capper. You could be, and as a leader in his community, watching him coach the Cobras football team year after year after year.
We started yesterday.
I love it. This guy's such a class act, and he needs us to build up this X handle. The star of Brothers and Bets. So please take a second and hit the link and support Marley and follow Marley. Please do that for me. Hit Marley Betts, that one at BNB, Brothers and Bets, and support our friend Marley. Marley, thank you, my friend. Any last words for the capper supporting the show?
Oh, man, y'all already know what it is. Let's beat Vegas.
There he is, our season 3 champion, Marley Betts. We go from Marley Betts, but we stay in Texas for our next guest, the great Mr. Sean Higgs in the house. Higgsy, baby, another football season awaits, my friend. How are you?
Yeah, I'm just down the 10 from Marley on the other side of Houston there. That's just the way it is. And I'm annoyed. I just followed his new account. I'm annoyed I missed all the gay porn. That would have been great. That would have been a nice start to the Sunday morning.
It's still there. I'm
not. No, I just looked. I went because I was like, "Where's his old account?" I scrolled through the old pub stuff, and it says account suspended. So.
Oh, really?
It says account suspended.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful news.
Well, unless you want to rub one out in the morning, then you're in trouble today, Jim.
That's the best news I've heard all day. Oh, account suspended. We tried to get it suspended, but they were like, no, we love what's happening over there.
No, I just clicked on the old. It says at Marley Betts. It says account suspended.
Look at this for our cappers contest. AM says Swiggy says there's 25 people on Arizona. I'm not one of them, and one on the Saints. That one is AM. All right, let's get to work. Higgsy, we've already set this one up. Steelers, Jets, MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. Take it away, my man.
I listen, SF. I have shorts on. I got basketball shorts on. We got shorts. We got shorts on. We're not getting freaky here on the pub yet. We save that for those wild Wednesdays when the guys are talking about Sasquatch and UFOs. Listen, the Jets. I got $17 million on this game. This is my survivor pick. What's there to say? I've been on the Jets since preseason. I got a nice South Point. I posted it on Twitter the other day. I had to block out the stuff. A cool 500 on them when I was out there in Vegas. I threw 500 on. I got what? What's the circa millions? 18 million on the Jets. Let's go, Jets. Nobody wants to beat up this quarterback like the Jets. They hate Aaron Rodgers. This is the Jets outright. Now, don't overthink things here, people. Jets, and I like the under too as well. But
now, yes, I doubled up on the under. I'm close to moving on the Jets, and you might have done
under
finish.
Under first half. You want to go into first half 19 and a half, whatever.
Yes, I'm on that as well. Let's do some line shopping for you here, Higgsy, and we'll get you that +3.
Plus 3, and there's 38s all over the joint.
Yes, there is. Now, do you want first half and
crazy ESPN bets? The only one with 38.5.
Yeah, God, I had a huge argument with my dad about ESPN bets too, because that's what him and his wife use as a lot for their lines. And I'm like, you're someone's always going to be getting screwed over if you don't follow the juice. Every single time you bet your wife on anything, someone's getting screwed over. And there was an argument about ESPN bets. But here we go. The first half and full game, Higgsy.
Let's go. Unders.
Okay, and so we can get you that under 19.5 first half at -112. First half under 19.5 at -112. We're going to get the full game. I'm on both of these spots, and I think you have sold me on the New York Jets as well.
Don't overthink the Jets. I think the Jets win 10 games this year. And I'm not even a Jet homer. I just look at the schedule. I'm like, you know what? You get a couple lucky breaks here and there, and that's how a team goes, 13-5 now, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got a couple close games. You win those close games, and you turn into the Vikings, where you go 14-3 or whatever they did.
Under 38 at -104. We can get you 38.5 at -116.
That's fine. Let's go. I always want to -116. That's normal nowadays.
Under 38.5 at -116, and then we're going to get you the Jets on the spread. This is a bet that I am very interested in joining you on here. I'm going to line shop and get you the best 3 available. Let's stay out east. Giants, Commanders, Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. Higgsy, take it away.
Yeah, give me some Giant action here. This line keeps coming down. This was a 7.5 down to a 7, down to a 6.5, down flat 6s. I saw a 5.5 peak for a second. But give me the Giants. I mean, they should have split with this team last year if they only had a kicker on the roster. I think Washington had 13 one-score games that they won 9 of them. I mean, you can't. I just talked about the Jets getting lucky. You think you can get that kind of luck 2 years in a row with a second-year quarterback with a year of tape on the guy? And again, some luckiness there, pulling out wins. I'll take the points here with the G-men. Simple. Keep it. Let's go. Nice division dog. New York Giants. We're going to cook with Russell in there. We're going to hustle with Russell.
I'm right with you. This line's moving back to the Commanders, so we can get you a 6.5 right now at -110.
Yep.
A regular old Vig. I am right with you. Spooner putting his action out here as well. Colts, Titans, Rams, Ravens, Vikings, and in baseball, Mets, Royals, Astros, Athletics. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Spooner, my man. Thank you to everybody joining us here.
He's got the Mets in there. Let me tell you, I had a guy in my chat bring up Soto. He wants to go for 40-40. So since Tuesday, I've been doing Soto and Lindor stolen base props. It's gone 1-1 on Tuesday, Wednesday. They didn't play Thursday. 1-1 Friday, 1-1 Saturday. Each of them have been caught stealing when the other guy stole a base. And today's the lowest it's been. They're both at plus 380. They've been at 400 and 425 and 480 all week. So you can get them both stolen bases, 380s. Just keep taking those guys for stolen bases. At worst, you're splitting. At worst, 2 days they got either guy got caught. You would have, if you would have hit both of those, you would have been up $900 on 2 days, just on a $100 bet.
Oh, I love
stolen
that.
Base props. Lindor and Soto. Mr. Numbers, I caught a guy because he's nuts.
I love it. We also have TJ's MLB action here. A's, Philly, Miami over 9, San Francisco first 5 plus a half, and Colorado first 5 plus a half. Let's roll on to the final spot on the board here for Higgsy. That being Bengals, Browns. Lots of arguments in this household over this football game. Huntington Bank Field in Cleveland, Ohio. Higgsy, take it away.
I mean, what can I do here? This line's down to there's 4.5s out here on this game now. I thought the line was weird at 5.5 when it opened at 5.5. I thought, what a crazy number. 6.5, you'd get me on Cincy. And I'm kind of high on Cincy. I think Cincy, if they start off okay and things break right and their coach, I got a coach of the year ticket on this cat, Zach Taylor, thinking if he wins, if the defense plays any better, it could win 12 games and he'd be on his way to a coach of the year, right? MVP for Burrow here. 4.5 now. This is just ridiculous. I'm torn here now because I was going to go Cleveland. Now it's 4.5. They're almost begging you to take Cleveland. I'm going to have to do an over. We'll pivot and just go to the total. Because if it's 4.5, this isn't going to be a 13-10 game. It's going to be 36-34 wild man. So we'll go over. Was good. Well, there are some 47.5s out there, Jim. I see.
There are.
We got a 47.5.
My whole thought when on Tuesday with this sharp move towards the Browns was that the defense for the Browns was going to be able to, and the lack of an offensive line for the Bengals, the two were going to come together, and I bet the under, and I'm quite concerned now.
Listen, you want to give me Flacco in game 1, getting some points, he'll be all right. His problem is that he's going to get banged up a little bit, and then age is going to creep in. Not in game 1. They'll put up points today.
Higgsy, wonderful work here. He's given us the first half under 19.5 in Steelers Jets. The full game under 38.5 minus 116. These are all lines available as we speak. The Jets plus 3 at minus 107. And I expect to move on the Jets in the next 15 or 20 minutes here with you guys. Giants plus 6.5 at minus 110. I have the 6. Troy has both the 6.5 and the 6. Then we have the over 47.5 in Bengals Browns. Higgsy, my man, tell us where we can find you and your action daily. And we love capping with you. We love having you on the live streams. I'll be reaching out.
I apologize for missing you on Thursday.
Oh, no worries, man. No worries. We just love capping with you, buddy.
Listen, there you go. You got the handle on Mr. Sean Higgs. We got the YouTube midday money coming up. Although we'll be 7 minutes late because I had to come and see my guy here and the pub crew. I'll be doing that, and then tonight I'll be with your Canadian brother doing a little Sports Rage with Gabe, and then I'm doing, of course, Look at Lines for Week 2 NFL. We got to get down early on these games. And listen, folks, see how these games start playing out during the day, because these lines will stay up. These books will leave these lines up. You can go in there and pick them off for a point or two, and that is how you make money on a football season. You don't wait till Monday morning when these lines readjust out. Look at this. Like this, the Detroit line went from 4.5. It's up to 5.5 now.
Yeah, heavy moves. I went over all of the lines for next week a few days ago, and there is some questionable spots that are worthy of attacking here.
Yeah.
Higgsy, spectacular work. Thank you so much for joining us, my man. Thank you for rocking with us. Any last words for the Capper Sporting Show?
Listen, if you're not betting your entire bankroll today, 1 o'clock action, you're a loser. So make sure you do that. Put everything in play. Nothing left for the 4 o'clock games. You got to wait till the games get created. Don't be that guy. Don't be waiting for a game to get created to be able to bet. Please save some money.
Our guy, Mr. Sean Higgs. Midday money popping off right now. Right now. Let's bring on your next guest. He started rocking with us here on NFL Pop-Up on Season 2. He immediately skyrocketed to the top of the table, where he finished off the year in second place in Season 2. That was the year that Bobano took the crown. And since then, he has been a stalwart on our show and a must-have capper. He also is a capper that joins us every year at Pub-Up Palooza. Our friend back in business. Are you looking for bombs? Because this man has them. Please welcome Mr. Spenny Penny Bombs to the show. Mr. Bombs, it is great to see you. You are missed, my friend. How are you?
How are you doing, Jimmy? It's good to see you, man. It's good to be back. It's been a while, and it's really nice to have the NFL season back here and back to attack this card that we got going on here.
It is. I was up at Woodbine yesterday, empty, 6-horse fields. I'm like, I thought that we weren't. That there was a one track that wasn't, falling with everybody else, and then I realized, no, it's falling too. It's falling. It's
happening everywhere.
Still had a wonderful time there, and I missed being there with you, Spenny, my man. Let's get to work. We have props, and as you know, our friend Spenny bets props in a certain way, where he bets the line, and then he ladders it, and he decides how far he will ladder it. You'll hear all that action right now. We're starting with Dolphins, Colts, Lucas Oil Stadium. Spenny, take it away.
Yeah, so first spot here. So just right off the bat, I'm going to be jumping in this week, kind of jumping into a lot of rookies that are going to be kind of thrusted into, a lot of good spots here. And so first off, we're going to start with Ollie Gordon. We're going to do Ollie Gordon over 22.5 rush yards at minus 115. I took it up to 30 plus rush yards at plus 115. I didn't give it to you, but I also did just before I came on, I'm going to add in his touchdown at plus 200 as well. He's a big back, 6'2", plus close to 230. I think he is 225. Had a great, collegiate career, tons of touchdowns, a lot of rush yards. It gets thrust into a spot where, A-Chain's basically, coming off another injury again. He is good to go, but McDaniel loves to use 2 running backs. This guy's a bruiser. He's going to be heavily involved in this offense, I think. So I'm going to use Ollie Gordon here today to start off with the rush yards, the 30 plus, and the touchdown here.
I love it. Ollie Gordon and hammering him over 22.5 rush yards, 30 plus as well, plus 125, and the anytime touchdown. He has given us the hint of where he is attacking week 1. And this next spot in Titans Broncos is extremely appealing. And I'm so interested in watching this young running back start his career. Take it away, Titans Broncos.
Yeah, again, another spot here. The Broncos have a hurt, Dobbins that they just kind of picked up. They are saying right now he's the RB1, but I said it earlier, and Jimmy was agreeing with me. I think this rookie is going to be the starting running back, within a couple of weeks. So RJ Harvey over 34.5 rush yards at minus 110, the 40 plus at plus 115 as well. I think this kid, he can catch the ball, he can run the ball. Again, another great collegiate career. They spent a 2nd-round pick on him. Obviously, Sean Payton likes this kid. I think he's going to get involved in this offense. Titans were giving up a ton of fantasy points last year. I think they gave up an average around 21 fantasy points to running backs last year. I just think, again, another great spot where get the young kid involved early in the season, especially against a team that's probably going to be struggling here to get their offense going with a rookie quarterback here. So I think RJ Harvey's going to have another nice day as well.
RJ Harvey here for Denver. Over 34.5 rush, 40 plus at plus 115, which takes us next into Texans Rams SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Take it away, Spenny.
Yeah, I mentioned it in the chat earlier there. Don't sleep on Higgins and Noel here. I had already taken Higgins earlier in the week at 16.5 but now it had jumped up since Kirk was announced out there up to 28.5. So I didn't want to take that because it was such a big leap here. But I do like the actual replacement that's going to be in the slot for Kirk, which is going to be Jalen Noel. So I'm going to take Jalen Noel over 16.5 receiving yards minus 110. Take up to 20 plus 115, and also the 30 plus at plus 230. The slot is definitely going to be fed. I think he's going to just eat up a lot of these Kirk receptions here. I don't trust in Xavier Hutchinson. He's more of a kind of a downfield, kind of maybe one or two kind of catches here and there. I think Noel's going to fit right into this slot position here for Kirk and get fed. 4 or 5 maybe receptions here. Higgins again, he's going to be kind of battling still with Nico for the outside spot. He'll get some looks and some deep shots as well. He's a big body, 6'4", 200 pounds, same kind of wingspan and body type as Nico there. So they'll take shots with him on the outside, but they need that slot receiver on the inside, and I think Noel is going to fit that today right away. This rookie, I think, is going to get a nice slot position fill in for Christian Kirk today.
Spenny, it is so great to have you back on screen with us. You have been missed, my friend. You are asked about all of the time. Spenny Penny Bombs. Ollie Gordon over 22.5 rushing, 30 plus a plus 125, and anytime touchdown plus 200. RJ Harvey over 34.5 rushing yards and 40 plus. Jalen Noel over 16.5 receiving yards. I'm sure our guy Marley loving the look there. 20 plus at plus 115 as well, and 30 plus at plus 230. Spenny, it is great to have you back in business. I'm going to pop your X handle here in the chat. Please support our friend, Mr. Bombs himself at Penny_8. Spenny, last words for the Capper supporting the show, my friend.
Yeah, no, just I love getting the invite every single year to be out here with you guys. It's I've definitely missed all you guys, and I appreciate all the love. And it's nice to be back, back in the fold here again. And we got a fresh NFL season, so let's get it.
Let's get it. There he is, Mr. Spenny Penny Bombs. The next guest who is supposed to be with us is running behind. So instead, we are going to skip to the capper who is supposed to be on number 7, but I messaged him and he's ready to rock right now. He was excellent last year in NFL Hub, and we love capping with him. One of the stars of Medicate Mondays goes by Mr. Exotic or the Sweaty Butcher. Callie in the house. What's happening, my man? How are you?
What's up, guys? What's up, Jimmy? We're doing good, man. Ready for some football today, bro.
Let's get to work. And we are going right. Of course, our man is the star of the Prime Cut Play of the Day and the Surf and Turf Play of the Day. We are going to go right into the Prime Cut Play of the Day. And with the line, because you beat this line badly, you tweeted this out? Did you tweet this out?
I did about a week and a half ago.
Okay, perfect. Well, you crushed this line move, and I love to hear that. Sweaty Butcher, Titans, Broncos, Prime Cut at Empower Field at Mile High, Denver, Colorado.
Yeah, man. This was a spot I seen right away. As soon as lines came out, I was looking at it, and I knew I was going to beat the line if I got it early, so that's why I did that. I got the Broncos minus 7.5. I still like it at 8.5. I'd take it all the way to 9.5, to be honest. I think they win by double digits here. I just feel like it's a really bad spot for Cam Ward and the Titans. Rookie on the road, first game, 9,000 feet up. Denver's defense just kind of has everything going against him. And I like the kid, but it's just a bad spot to start your NFL career at, I think. And I don't see them putting up much points. I'm not sure how much points they get up to. Team total under is another look that I had. But I didn't go that route. I just went with the spread straight up. But I think that's another good look as well. I don't see Titans scoring more than 10 points here. It's hard for me. I've tried and tried and tried to figure out how these guys are going to get past this Denver defense, and I just can't see it. And I jumped all over that spread. And not only that, the Titans were last place in ATS last year. Denver did pretty damn well ATS last year. So I try not to dig into that too much because I know it's a new year, new team, blah, blah, blah. But it's a better and bigger Denver defense. They've gotten better. So it's Denver for me all day here. I got them in my Survivor League. I got them -7.5 here. And I like that bet. That's the best bet on the board for me.
I love it. I love it. That is the first prime cut of the 2025 NFL season. Broncos -7.5, -110. Now we head into the surf and turf with the Sweaty Butcher. We're going to start with the first leg of the surf and turf. This is a two-player prop parlay, but don't hit the second part. Let's just touch on the first part. Cincinnati Bengals, Cleveland Browns, and you are backing a Canadian running back whom we love dearly. Take it away for us, Sweaty Butcher, Bengals Browns.
Yeah, this was another guy I cashed on last year a lot too with the same angle here. And that's Chase Brown over 2.5 receptions. Joey loves dumping it off to this guy. He went over his reception prop 10 out of 16 games last year. Actually, excuse me. He went over 2.5 receptions, 10 out of 16 games last year. He went over his reception prop a lot more than that. But we're looking at 2.5 here, so we need him to get 3. So, like I said, he hit that 10 times last year. Cleveland defense should get some pressure, I feel, on Joey. Couple screens, dump off. That's all we need. Cash it. To me, it seems like easy money. I hate saying that really, but man, this thing was cashing all the year last year, and I don't see it changing much, especially here in this game against Cleveland.
That is the first leg of the surf and turf from the Sweaty Butcher. We move on to the second leg. So it's Chase Brown over 2.5 receptions. Leg 2 is coming in Arizona Cardinals, New Orleans St. Caesar Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. Let's head into your second half of the surf and turf.
Yeah, so if you guys been riding with me on the surf and turfs, normally they correlate with each other, or I try to get something together there that mixes well, tastes good on your plate. So this is kind of the same thing, but we're going with James Conner's receptions. He's at 2.5 as well. This guy was a cash cow last year too, man. He went over his reception prop 10 out of 16 games. A bad Saints defense kind of opens it up for a lot of easy screens, dump offs, whatever, made up plays for him. He had a couple games last year where he had like 7-9 receptions, and Kyler Murray looks for this guy. So 2.5 seems low to me. I could see him getting 3 to 4 easily, maybe 3 in the first half here. We'll see how this game goes. I really like Arizona in this spot too. I just didn't want to get too heavy on favorites week 1. But this is another spot. I think Arizona kind of smashes these guys, and their offense tears it up. I like Marvin Harrison. They have a good game as well. I didn't bet it, but I was really close to betting his receiving yards over. Yeah, I like James Conner to get 3 receptions. Tied that with Chase Brown, and you're getting about plus 190, plus 193 for that right there. And I like that look. Yeah, I like that play for nice and easy surf and turf to get the season started and get a couple of little units in our bag.
I love it. I love it. Sorry, we're good. Brizzy is here now. Sorry, just sending notes for the rest of the show. I love it. Brown over 2.5 receptions. Connor over 2.5 receptions at plus 193. That is your surf and turf. Final spot on the board for our guy, the Sweaty Butcher, is a player prop in the Buccaneers Falcons. Take it away for us, my friend.
Yeah. Now looking over my plate, I got some little running back heavy today, but that's okay. I got Bucky Irving over 67.5 rush yards. I'm not sure how much that's moved. I took that a few days ago, but this guy went over his rushing prop 14 out of 18 games last year. That's money. If you weren't on that, weren't following that trend a little bit, you missed a little bit of money there because he only not cashed his shit 4 times out of the whole season. Every other week, cashed. So Falcons run defense, kind of middle of the pack. Don't really scare me too much. They'll get a few stops here and there, but Bucky Irving's he's a beast, man. I could see him getting through this defense easily. And I think Bucks try to establish that run game early. So they open the field for Baker and get some passes down the field going. But this guy could break off a run quickly too and get more than half of this in one chunk. So I like it. If I was Spenny, I'd be laddering this guy too. But shout out to Spenny, by the way. It's good to see him not in an orange jumpsuit. It's always good to see him not in an orange jumpsuit. So, but no, that's my last play of the day is Bucky Irving over 67.5 rush yards. I'm gonna keep it simple this year, man. I keep my volume down like I did in the beginning of last year, and that's what was working for me. Because I got a little bit too comfortable and adding volume is kind of where I started falling off. So I'm gonna keep it short and sweet every week, maybe 3 to 4 plays at most, and just zero in on them and lock down. 3-4 units a week is cool for me. So I hope it's good for you guys. I hope everything works out. You like my plays, tell them. If not, fade them. See what we do.
I love it, Sweaty Butcher. Good luck with the boys' baseball teams. We talked about our man Marley coaching football, our guy Sweaty Butcher coaching baseball, Big O in our chat coaching softball at the school he teaches at. We have all of these cappers here that are help building the next generation, and it is so crucial to do that, and I love that you do that. Here we go, Sweaty Butcher. I'm gonna pop his X handle here in the chat. Please support our guy, the Sweaty Butcher, aka Mr. Exotic, and one of the stars of Medicaid Mondays. Pop his handle right here in the chat. My man, thank you for rocking with us.
Thank you, Jimmy. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody on the panel, man. Let's go get some cash this year.
There he is, the Sweaty Butcher. We go from Cali to South Jersey in our next spot on the board. One of the stars of the Locker Room Talk podcast, our most popular show here on the channel, and my WNBA expert alongside Justin McKelvey, also expert in NBA and all things football. Please welcome our next guest, Mr. Billy Brisbane. Brizzy, what's good, man? How are you?
Doing good. Trying to keep it short and sweet today. Week 1, it's crazy because FanDuel does this thing every year where they send you your review of your NFL season and stuff, like teams that you bet on the most, or what was your best week of the season. And my best week of the season last year was week 1. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I don't. So I'm gonna try to keep it short and sweet today, and not really add too much stuff on the slate. There's a lot of stuff that I like for the year. There's a lot of players that are on my radar, but we're just gonna go with the cash cows.
Let's roll. We have coins action in as well. Indy +1, Cleveland +5.5, Buffalo under 51, and yes, Kyler Murray. The way I saw the energy, he's not on the injury report as we woke up today. He was on it yesterday. Kyler Murray's sick, but the way I saw an injury report that he wasn't on it, and it stated how Kyler Murray's off the injury report. But thank you for the heads up. I'm going to copy and paste our friend Coins Action, and let's get right to work. Brizzy, you start in an extremely interesting game that I can't wait to watch, and I'm nervous about, that being Bengals, Bears, Cincinnati, Cleveland. Brizzy, take it away.
Yeah, this one is a same game parlay here. Is it a square bet? Yes, but it's the square bets that are going to cash week 1 here. We got Joe Burrow 2+ passing touchdowns, Jamar Chase anytime touchdown +105 here. I think it's a great matchup for Jamar Chase. He scored in 11 of 17 games last year, second highest total of the board. And the coveted stat of the week is that you're going to hear is about the home divisional underdogs here. And I think this game is going to be closer than projected, and this is going to be a potential shootout. I feel like the market is under projecting the Cleveland Browns offense here.
My bad. I guess I said Bengals Bears. Sorry, Nasty. Bengals Browns. It was close. Look, lack of sleep. A ton of money invested. Trying to stay focused for you, Nate. But thank you for keeping me sharp. Bengals Browns is what I meant to say. This is the big game here with a whole bunch of us on the Browns. And my dad thinking that I'm just not crazy or lunatic, stupid. He thinks that I'm an idiot for backing the Browns, and so we have $100 straight up on the game as well with at the 5 number. Thank you, Nasty Nate. So we have Burrows over 1.5 passing touchdowns and Jamar Chase a anytime touchdown.
Yeah.
And is that right? At plus 105?
Yes, sir. FanDuel Sportsbook there.
We are in business. We move on to another game that has. It's so, if I was AM, I'd be pretty pleased with the situation, honestly. In our cappers contest, there are 25 cappers. I'm not one of them, but there are 25 cappers on the Arizona Cardinals. And there is one capper on the New Orleans Saints. And his man is AM. AM is this man. Take it away for us. What is your plan of attack, Cardinals Saints?
Yeah, there isn't going to be too many weeks this year that we're going to get to fade the Saints at a reasonable cost, I feel like. Sometimes week one is just about playing the anticipation of pricing adjustments. There's so many times from week 1 to week 2 that you see extreme pricing adjustments, and it's about just getting in before the market corrects itself. And no team gave up more rushing touchdowns last year than the Saints. And I think we're going to start seeing price tags over minus 200 for anytime touchdown props. You see a couple this week, like Bijan Robinson. This week he's over minus 200. Like, I feel like we're going to start seeing people being priced at minus 200 against the Saints for anytime touchdown props. And I think James Conner is going to get in the back of the end zone for this one and parlayed it up with the Arizona Cardinals money line here at minus 113. So James Conner, anytime touchdown, Arizona Cardinals money line minus 113. We're going to have to fade the Saints until they start putting up I would start putting Saints games at 8.5, 9s.
And that is a Cardinals money line James Conner touchdown at minus 113. We are in business, Brizzy. I'm sure that is something that's being figured out right now. Pete, my picks were in very early yesterday in the morning, so I will ask Swiggy why they're not for everybody to see.
If you're a degenerate in this game, this didn't make the card, but if you're a degenerate in this game, Kyler Murray over, I think it's 10 rushing yards in the first quarter, plus 110.
I like that. I'm trying to stay away from player props all year long. And, of course, I had one on Thursday night, full unit to open up the season, and that did not come to fruition, the Dak Prescott interception. I'm going to try so hard not to bet them, but that one does sound appealing. I do not need a first quarter player prop because I'll just be freaking out. I'll just be staring at one thing, watching the clock, losing my shit when I've got all this money invested on other shit, but I do dig it. Arizona and Connor, anytime touchdown. Now we get into Giants, Washington Commanders. This is another big game here, and we have not heard cappers backing the Commanders, surprisingly enough. Take it away for us, Brizzy, Giants, Commanders.
Well, we're back in the Commanders. Quarterback here, Jaden Daniels, anytime touchdown, plus 182. There's some questions about this backfield, but if there's one person I don't have a question about, it's Jaden Daniels. I think he's going to make up for the rushing production that they're missing in the backfield. He led the NFL last year in scramble rate. I think we're going to start seeing Jaden Daniels being priced at even odds for anytime touchdown props. It's absolutely absurd that this price tag is close to plus 200 for him to score at anytime touchdown. Led the NFL in scramble rate last year. And if you know anything about this Commanders offensive line, boy, going to be scrambling today. So I think he's going to find an anytime touchdown here. Now, with some of these bets, hey, I don't know if the favorites are going to win, but I think some of these touchdown productions are going to happen. And this is like a prime example. I don't know if the Commanders are going to win -6, but I think Jaden Daniels finds the back of the end zone. I think he has a better shot than Terry McLaurin. We saw a lot of people come back from the contract situations that they were in last year, and they disappointed very early in the season. Deebo Samuel just coming over to this team as well. That's another layer option, but I don't think that's just all going to come through in week one. But if there's one thing that will come through week one, it's a nice little Jaden Daniels rushing touchdown here.
Let's roll here. The speaking, TJ saying, how do we see the Cappers contest details, list of people on each side like last year? Yes. And Swig told us that they're up in Adam, even though we're hearing that they can't see my picks, but I'm sure that's all being figured out right now. And Big O switched their survivor pick from New England to Green Bay. Says still like either team, but different name on PSR. We can help you change that, Big O. This is because now we're going through Google. It's a little different, and we're working on all of it here. Brizzy, thank you for the support that you always give this show and my shows in general. It means so much to me. You're a great capper, and I love working with you. We have Burrow. Over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Chase anytime touchdown. That's how he gets his card started plus 105. Arizona money line. Connor anytime touchdown minus 113. And Jaden Daniels anytime touchdown at plus 182. Brizzy, my man, thank you so much for your hard work. Any last words for the Cappers supporting the show?
Yeah, big day today. U.S. Open popping off 2:00 finals. Yannick Sinner versus Carlos Alcaraz. Who will be number one in the world? Donald Trump ain't at no NFL game. He's sitting courtside for a U.S. Open finals, and we're backing Carlos Alcaraz plus 1.5 sets over 8.5 games. First set minus 117. Get yourself paid on some tennis today.
I love it, Brizzy. Thank you for rocking with us, my friend. There he is, Billy of Brisbane. We move on to our next guest. He was our inaugural season 1 champion and probably the most popular of our community, a man that we have not been working with enough lately, and we're so excited to have him back in business. Of course, he's here for the premiere of our Season 5 NFL Pub Hub. Please welcome from Ocala, Florida, by way of New York City, the big Ragu in the house.
What's
Doc,
up, Jimmy? What's up, chat? Pub family, how's it going? Been a minute. Always
better
a pleasure
now.
to be with you, my man.
It's better now, Doc. We've missed you, man. Everybody asking about you. We got the big Ragu in the house. Doc, let's get started and hammer away and do what you do best, capping football. Dolphins, Colts, Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. Our inaugural NFL Pub-Up champion in the house, the big Ragu, Dolphins, Colts.
Yes. So Tua, it's the first time the Colts faced Tua in his career. In the dome, you know, he's I think this time around, you know, for Tua, the main thing is always an issue with him is health, right? So health is wealth in this game, especially. And I think that the Dolphins are tooled very nicely to get on the fast track in this spot. You know, going up against Danny Dimes, you know, A-Chain should be okay. You know, a little bit of a calf issue. Gordon, I think, you know, like Spenny said, he likes to spread it around with 2 running backs. So up and down the field, you know, in this particular spot with the short number on the road, what are they getting out of the Dolphins? 1 point or minus who the Colts are laying the 1 point here. I don't think we see a high scoring game. I think we see a little bit of a low scoring game. I know Anarumo has come over from the Bengals to try to shore up that defense. So, you know, and then also the Dolphins themselves, you know, they're trying to make some adjustments on the defensive side here with Judon and, you know, Chubb still there. So I think we see a slower scoring game early on, and I think Miami gets away on this particular spot. It's a short number. I know it looks very, very enticing. So that's a statement on, you know, what the Colts are going to be all about to open up. Danny Dimes, we'll see how that goes out. You know, he's a dangerous player, but I think you know, the offensive mind with Michaels, you know, is going to outwit the opponents on the other side. So I think Miami wins the game. I always thought about taking an alternate number here, but I'm not getting cute. I'm going to tiptoe around week 1 and just try to come up with some solid plays. And this is at the top of one of them at the top of my list. So I'm going to be on Miami here, you know, getting a point.
Do you want the point or the plus 106?
Give me the plus 106.
Okay.
Give me the 106.
Ragu.
And then right after I'm off the show with you, I'll put everything out on Twitter too. All the plays.
So we have the Miami Dolphins at plus 106 for the big Ragu, which takes us to the Cardinals Saints game, Caesar Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. We have our guys TJ saying, "Damn, AM, you're in a great spot on New Orleans. Can't believe how many people are on Arizona and in the Survivor. I am on Arizona in the Survivor, but on our Cappers contest, 25 people on Arizona and 1 on the Saints. That man is AM. Take it away for us, Ragu. What are your thoughts here?"
He's sitting on an island, AM. He's sitting on an island. It's a tough spot, it really is. I mean, I'm a big home dog guy in the NFL. You know, it's always been something I've always kind of gone to. But then again, certain situations you got to take pause. I know it's early on, and it's a high percentage play. You know, long term. If you're going to back it all season long. You know, with the home dogs, don't be afraid to do it. But this particular day, you know, Rattler came in. Played a few games, 0-6, you know, as a starter. You know, Tyler Slow beat him out in the offseason, you know, for the job. But, you know, I know that the Cardinals, you know, they're trying to, you know, strengthen up their defensive front here. The issue with Murray, you know, maybe getting a bug or sick, but I guess we got the all clear on Murray, right? Is he good to go? Okay, so that's a plus for Cardinal backers here. You know, I thought about looking at a total here. I'm not thrilled about laying the number with the Cardinals, but come on. I mean, just basically, you know what? I will. Do you know what I do? I will come back on the under here. You know, I like the under. I was thinking about not firing under, but I'm probably going to make that an official play. I think they do start a little slow. And if anything, you know, if it doesn't go the Cardinals' way, I still think it's going to be because of the Saints' defense and not their offense, obviously. So, and then they're going to struggle to score points too. So, I do like the under here. I think we see like a mid-30s type game in this particular spot with both these teams. Especially, I thought, you know, with Murray being a little bit under the weather, even if he's, let's say, not 100%, I still think the under is going to be pretty strong here. So I kind of like the under better. I like the side. So put me on the under. I'll make that official. Put me on the under for the game. I'm going to get off the Cardinal side. There's just too many people right now on the Cardinals, and I'm starting to get worried with that. So I like the under. I'm going to roll with the under here.
And this was a planned bet for me. And so on Tuesday morning, hours before Bankroll Blitz, I was like, I don't get this. I just couldn't understand it. We had the cash here, which has changed, but now we have 51% of the tickets on the over. But before it was 70% of tickets on the under, 75% of cash on the under, and it was climbing. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm not going to bet it. Now we've moved all the way up to I can get you a 45 at minus 111, under 45 at minus 111, and the whole
the public's going to come in on overs, so that's kind of pushing it up a little bit too late. You know, bet the unders late, bet the overs early.
Yeah, no, that's well put. I wanted to be on this with you, Doc, and the market scared me, and it almost scared you off, right? Did the total climbing almost scare you off?
Oh yeah.
But you have the conviction, and that's what you need to have to go up against these moves or go up against the cap you respect is conviction. And if you have that conviction, you'll hit it at a high ROI. The big Ragu on the under 45 at minus 111 in Cardinals Saints, which takes us to Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington, where these Seahawks have not been delivering at home now for a few years. Last year, they were just 3-6 in Mike McDonald's first year as head coach. Here we go, Doc. Niners, Seahawks, take it away.
Yeah, so that the lure about the 12th man in Seattle, is it a thing in the past? You know, it's definitely hit a lull. You know, like you said, it hasn't been a big advantage. So, and there's been a lot of talk about that, you know, on the team side too. So they're wanting to get a little bit of that mojo back. But, you know, the nice thing about what Seattle has done, you know, in his first season, you know, went 10-7 under McDonald's, you know, with that, but most of that coming on the road, like you said, 3-6 at home last year. So, you know, the pieces are there. You know, they bring Kupp in there. Darnold, you know, I like what he's got going on. You know, a lot of question marks with him, but I think he's kind of proved himself, you know, with the Minnesota situation, laying in Seattle, getting that done over there. So, and the 49ers, my big concern with them is the injuries. You know, obviously with Ayuk and McCaffrey, And then they bring Solid back to kind of to shore up the defense. But I just think, they're just I think it's a tough spot right now. I kind of lean under here too, believe it or not. I think we'll see a slower start on both sides early on. But I like Kupp. I think Kupp's going to be the difference maker in this game. I really do. I think it's kind of like a homecoming for him. And they do have a couple receivers out on with Seattle. They're going to lean that way. And the run game's solid to me. And I just think too many pieces. The key pieces for San Fran putting the pressure back on the QB position there. So I lean under, but I think I'm going to have to roll taking the home dog here, my boy. I'm going to put this is going to be another plus money line spot for me. I'm going to take Seattle to get the mojo back with the 12th man and get the victory at home, plus money side.
Let's get that for you right now. The best line available for the Seahawks money line is the plus 110. Plus 110 on the Seahawks money line for the big Ragu. Now we move on to Doc's fourth game. And of course, after those 4 games, we will hear his week 1 teaser. Take it away for us, Doc. The game I couldn't be more excited about is I honestly was having trouble sleeping last night because all I was thinking about was how bullish I've become on the black and purple and how I know that Josh Allen's the best player on the field. And that's
crazy. You got 2 Super Bowl MVP or Super Bowl, 2 league MVPs, I should say, clashing here, and there's so much mutual respect. I get all that. And the offensive numbers are off the chart. Where does it stop, with these 2 quarterbacks and the running games on both sides? And it's going to boil down to, who's going to be able to slow somebody, who's going to slow somebody down with the defensive here. I know Buffalo went out and got Bosa. I know, one note here, the kicker situation with the Bills, they got Prater on the plane, Matt Prater, because Bass is out. So, does it come down to a field goal, how important is the kicker in a game like this? So, Prater's got, 4 Pro Bowls under his belt, 18-year vet. So it could come back to that. And then Zach Orr's D, second year for the DC for the Ravens, trying to shore up things. But I find the one weakness in this game is probably going to be in the Buffalo secondary. And how about Mark Andrews dropping that ball, last year? So some redemption there. I'm not a player prop guy, so we got 2 of the best in the business with Spenny and Brizzy. So leave the props to those guys. I'm with you. I'm not a prop guy, but if I had to pick one prop today, I guarantee it's going to be Andrews scores a touchdown at some point in the game. But anyways, I kind of lean Baltimore's way here because of the Buffalo secondary. But I'm going to go with the standard de facto because I think it's going to be built in. Anytime I get a primetime game and I'm looking at 24.5 in the first half, I'm going to roll with that. So if you can shop that for me, I like that. And I'm going to probably be on the Ravens side too.
First half under and the Ravens. I almost accidentally bet the first half under twice. It was a mistake. But I bet the first half under 25.5. It's 24.5 now, which is fine. You just need to stay over that 24 number.
That's the key number. It's always around 23, 24. 24.5 is good for me. Let's say hitting at 27, which they can do. We've seen it happen many times. But you always see that fuckery in the NFL where you kind of get the people that are on the first unders or the full game unders, and you see that first half under come in, and usually you see like we used to call them second half overs, but I don't even think that's a thing anymore. Just it's a live bet, so you just whatever the number is, it is at the halftime. You just move with it.
And we can get you the 25 though. There's still a 25 at a couple books. Under 25 at minus 110, and then the best line available for your Baltimore Ravens on the money line is a minus 118. Minus 118 on the Ravens, which takes us in, Mr. Big Ragu, to our teaser. Teaser. Take it away.
We're going to spend a lot of time on this teaser, guys. I know. I heard Higs talk about the Jets, which I kind of I kind of agree with that. On the side, I don't want to. I'm not going to say I'm going to lay some numbers with the Jets, but I'm definitely going to take the extra points with them at home. Now, I don't see this, being a 2-score victory either way, but I'm taking the plus money or plus point side with the Jets here. So put me on the Jets getting the points there, and then I think was that 8.5? Or is it 2.5?
No, that's a flat 3. In fact, I just bet the +3 about 15 minutes ago at minus 101.
All right, good. Let it keep going up then.
So you
Let's
got the
fade
9
public on that one. Give me the Jets +9, and then I think Denver at the house, gets it done. Under a field goal, 8.5. Is that what that is over there?
I believe it's a 8.5. Yes, let me just do a quick double check because we're 9s coming around, but yes, 8.5.
Yeah. So I'll take Denver -2.5 and the Jets +9.
Broncos -2.5. Jets +9. The big Ragu in the house. We have missed you, my friend. Our inaugural NFL Pub Hub champion. I'm going to pop Doc's X handle in the chat. Please support our friend, the big Ragu. Doc, my man, any last words for the Capper supporting the show?
Yeah. Let's cash all these fucking tickets today, obviously. But I wanted to bring everybody up to speed, like bosses and Dami Ricci put together a little Atlantic City trip. The 18th to the 22nd of this month. So if you guys are anywhere in the area, we invite you to come hang out with us at Caesars the 18th to the 22nd in Atlantic City.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be popping off, man. We got a bunch of cappers here that'll be rocking there. Nasty Nate going to be all over that, of course. So many of our friends going to be rocking. That is the 18th to the 22nd. Who banging? Party in Atlantic City. Big Ragu, thank you. And Von Polo says, I will be there. My room is at Caesars. Our guy VP, of course, star of our new show on Pub Culture TV. Look good, smell good, squad. With Von Polo. Respect, Doc. Great to have you back in business, man.
All right, brother. We'll see you soon, all right?
And give our love to the fam. There he is, the big Ragu. We have our headliner going to drop in here and give us the goods fresh off South Florida Bulls outright, straight up win in the swamp, which he said was in the cards. Please welcome our guy, the star of Medicate Mondays, coming to us from Las Vegas, Nevada, Mr. Dutch Boy Fresh. Dutchie, what's good, man? How are you?
Jimmy, the motherfucking bad. Salute to you, all the ladies, gents, and D-gents for tuning in. You already know it's all love, my guy. How we doing?
We're doing good. We have kickoff in 11 minutes, so we do have to work quickly, my man. So let's get right into Steelers, Jets. You have a player prop to get your card started.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's have a day. This one, I think, is the best value on the board. We're going Justin Fields, anytime touchdown, plus 215. Last year in 10 appearances, he did have 5 rushing touchdowns, 19 rushing touchdowns in his three-year career, brief career. But he's a run-first quarterback going against his old team, Pittsburgh, who said pretty much kick rocks. I think Jets are going to be sneaky in this game as well, but I really know Justin Fields is going to be running the ball. That's what he is best at. He did, even in the preseason, Jim, 3 carries in the fucking preseason. They still got this boy running the football, 3 carries for 19 yards. He's going to get in the paint. Believe that. Plus 215, Justin Fields anytime touchdowns, good money.
You are in business, Fields anytime touchdown, and I did move on the Jets. That's my final bet of. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I hope it's my final bet. Got too much invested in this week 1 card. I'm a little nervous, a little sweaty. 10 minutes until kickoff. Next spot on the board, Dutch, your Denver Broncos hosting the #1 overall pick. Peyton has this team right where he wants them. I did take the over 9.5 wins with the Broncos, but I have stayed off of this game. One of the few I've stayed off of. How you getting paid in Titans Broncos?
Yeah, man. I can't lie, Jim. This Bronco gear feels a little bit fresher under Mr. Peyton and Bo Nix. Let's go. I gave this out on Medicate Monday, and it's still there, and I love this play. Titans, team total under 16.5, minus 118. Last year, the Broncos allowed 18 points per game, 14.8 points per game at the crib. I mean, we're all fucking rowdied up for this season. Believe me, the Orange Crush is back. They got Allen. They paid Bonita. They got all these fucking guys attacking the quarterback. Cooper is still back. Of course, we got Surtain.
We got Riley Moss looking like he's stepping up. The secondary is going to be absolutely fucking loaded. And Cam Ward, a rookie, I think things are going to move a little too fast for my man in the Mile High. I don't see them scoring more than 13 points. Love this look, under 16.5, minus 118. It's good money.
Team total under 16.5, minus 118, which takes us to SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California for Texans Rams. My friend, take it away.
Yeah, man. This one, I got the 2.5. But really, I think the 3 is good money. We'll make it official here. I'm betting on McVay. You know, I'm really high on Stafford. Say what you will about the back, man. This motherfucker was fine. He's going into his 17th year. Matthew Stafford is a stud. Also, the addition of Adams, big-time rookie Jake Ferguson coming in. They do have Higbee back. Stafford has been pretty fucking good overall week 1, over a 16-year career, averaging a 90.3 rating. I think he'll be just fine out there, Jim, especially when he's got 2 of the best wide receivers in the league. And watch out for these 2 tight ends. Now, they are also really good. McVay, when you give him this much time, McVay is top 3 coaches in the league. Believe that. 6-2 week 1. Also against the number 6-2 week 1 and 10-4 straight up last 14 at the house. So you say what you will about the home crowd. They've been handling business at the crib. Now, I will say Houston's, they're a talented fucking defense. Probably the best secondary. Definitely the best 3 corners in the league. So we shall see. But they are having 3 new additions to that offensive line. I think that's going to be some trouble against this fearsome foursome that's coming back, that these boys are locked the fuck in. The Rams defense is damn good. I mean, remember, they gave the Eagles all they could handle last year in the playoffs. This Rams team is Super Bowl bound, in my opinion. It's them and the Eagles in the NFC. So I like the Rams an awful lot this year. They got all 5 back in the secondary. This defense is going to be pretty fucking good. And I think their offense, with obviously the running back, they got the backup too from Michigan. They're very happy with their running game. Most importantly, they got fucking McVay. A lot of question marks for Houston. Also, outside of their stud wide receiver, who else do they really have? Who else is Stroud throwing the fucking football to? Question marks at wide receiver. Also missing their stud running back Mixon. They do got Nick Chubb, expecting an awful lot out of him. Questions at the offensive line. A lot of question marks for the Houston Texans to go into LA and win that game. Give me the Rams minus 3. It's good money.
You got it, and 2.5 in his pocket, but for show purposes, the 3 at minus 108. Then we have the Sunday nighter, Dutch Ravens, Bills, Highmark Stadium, Orchard Park, New York. Your plan of attack for the biggest game of the week.
Yeah, man. This is the fit during the day, and I will be having that 17 on at the end of the motherfucking day. Believe that. Josh Allen, anytime touchdown, minus 109. It's good money, man. 12 rushing touchdowns last year. 65. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. 65 motherfucking rushing touchdowns in his career. Did have a rushing touchdown last year in the playoffs. I know Cook's back there, but come on, man. This is going to be playoff atmosphere. Josh Allen's the best thing going. Believe that. Anytime touchdown, it's good money.
And then we have a parlay from our guy, Dutch Boy Fresh. Bonus parlay. Take it away.
Yeah. We had to bless him with the 2-piece, Jim. We're going Broncos money line. We will not lose that game at home. And I believe, honestly, this is like Billy. Billy probably bet this one straight up. Probably the best look on the board. Minus 155 is King Henry anytime touchdown. We're parlaying that with the Broncos money line to get 105. Henry has 18 touchdowns last year, has 9 total touchdowns in 5 games versus the Buffalo Bills. We know King Henry going to touch the paint. He going to get one. So we're going to go plus 101, 2-team that bitch to the motherfucking window, Jim.
Derrick Henry, touchdown, Broncos, money line, plus 101. Josh Allen, anytime touchdown, minus 109. Rams, minus 3 at minus 108. Titans, team total under 16.5, minus 118. And Justin Fields, anytime touchdown, at plus 215. Dutch Boy Fresh, Star Medicate Mondays in the house. Dutch, thank you so much for rocking with us, my man. Pop your X handle here in the chat. Please support our friend Dutch Boy Fresh. Dutch, last words for the Capper supporting the show.
Yeah, appreciate it, Jim. It's good to be back tomorrow morning. Medicaid Mondays, 12 p.m. on the East Coast, 9 a.m. right out here on the Fresh side. Check it out. We'll recap the whole week and break down a lot of motherfucking games for the week ahead, Jim. So looking forward to it. Y'all stay fresh.
There he is, Dutch Boy Fresh. And we are 4 minutes away from kickoff. Let's review action. Big thank you to our guests. By the way, Bobano had a power outage, and it's not coming back on. He's upset that he missed the show, but he will be back here with us next week. Thank you to Troy Torrance, Marley Betts, Mr. Sean Higs, Spenny Penny Bombs, Mr. Billy Brisbane, the Sweaty Butcher, Big Ragu, and Dutch Boy Fresh. Huge thank you to our producer behind the scenes, Mr. Jose Bouquet. My action here is plentiful. Now, I've started out the week losing 1.6 units record-wise. My bets are the same price in NFL. They're $300, but I'm 1.6 units for the record on the Dak interception. I cashed on the Chargers. So I am down vig. I have just added the Jets +3 at -101. This morning I added the Browns +5 -115. Those are the only two additions since Tuesday. I'm on Cincinnati, Cleveland under 47.5. Colts money line. Las Vegas, Nevada over 43. Arizona Cardinals double result at -105. I doubled up on Pitt, New York Jets unders first half and full game. I'm on the Giants +6. And I'm on the under 46 in Giants, Washington. I'm on the first half under 21.5 in Minnesota, Chicago in the full game under 44.5. I'm on Tampa Bay, Atlanta under 47.5 at -110. And I doubled up on, I honestly, for whatever reason, I thought I was only on the full game under, but I doubled up on San Francisco, Seattle unders. First half under 21.5 at -110. Full game under 44 at -114. I'm on the Houston, LA Rams under 44. I'm on the Rams -2.5 at -115. Woo, there's a lot of action, man. I'm on the Ravens money line -110. I'm on Baltimore, Buffalo first half under 25.5 at -110. And I'm on the Minnesota Vikings at -118. Troy Torrance gave us the under 38.5 in Pittsburgh, New York Jets. His teasers, Jets +8.5, Cards +0.5, and the 3-teamer is Jets +13, Colts +8.5, Patriots +7.5. Then we move on to Giants Commanders. He's on the Giants +6.5 and +6. He's on the Browns +6 and Harold Fannin Jr. over 19.5 receiving yards. He's on Patriots -2.5. And he's on the under 47 and Cardinals double result and the under 47 in Bucks. Falcons under 43 at +100 in Niners. Seahawks, Ravens money line, Ravens -1 and the first half under 26 in Ravens Bills. On the Vikings money line, the under 44.5 and the first half under 21.5. Our guy Marley in the house, Giants +6, Seahawks money line, Broncos -8.5, under 43.5 in Houston, LA Rams, and the Texans +3. +102. Higsy gave us the first half under and full game under in Pittsburgh, New York Jets, plus the Jets +3 at -107. He gave us the Giants +6.5 at -110. And he is on the over 47.5 in Cincinnati, Cleveland. Spenny Penny Bombs gave us Ollie Gordon over 22.5 rush yards, 30+ an anytime touchdown. He gave us RJ Harvey over 34.5 rushing yards and 40+. He gave us Jalen Noel over 16.5 receiving yards, 20+ and 30+. Brizzy gave us Burrow over 1.5 passing touchdowns and Jamar Chase anytime touchdown. That parlay together at +105. He gave us Arizona money line and Connor anytime touchdown. That's -113. Then he gave us Jaden Daniels anytime touchdown +182. My guy Topstep, Elio in the house in our chat gave us the play of the day, that being Dolphins first half team total over at +105. That is the action there from our friend Elio. I'm happy he's not on the full game, because I got the Colts and pleased to see that. The Sweaty Butcher prime cut Broncos -7.5 -110, and then Surf and Turf Chase Brown over 2.5 receptions and Connor over 2.5 receptions. Then he gave us the Bucky Irving over 67.5 rush yards. Our friend Coyne is on the Colts +1, Cleveland +5.5, and the under 51 in Ravens Bills. He also gave us Giants +6 and the Washington Commanders team total under 26.5. Big Ragu gave us the Dolphins. I like that team total under. It's obviously kickoff now, but looking back, that would have been but I have 2 units on the game already, one on the Giants and one on the full game under, but I like that. If I'd have zoned in on that earlier, I add it. Big Ragu is on the Dolphins +106. He's on the under 45 in Cardinal Saints. He's on Seahawks +110. He's on the first half under 25 in Baltimore Buffalo, as well as the Ravens money line. And his teasers Jets +9 and the Broncos -2.5. And Dutch Boy Fresh just gave us Fields anytime touchdown. Titans team total under 16.5. Rams -3. Josh Allen anytime touchdown. And his parlay is Derrick Henry touchdown. Broncos money line. Justin McKelvey gave us Stacks play of the day. Njoku over 51.5 receiving yards. Stacks play of the day number 2. Kyler Murray over 255.5 pass and rush yards. The guy, the big Mastro Hero in the house gave us Giants +6, Dolphins money line. Dougie Wise, free bands play today is the 49ers -1.5. It's a 2-unit banger. We have just my 2 cents. TC's play today's rushing parlay. Henry 60+, Lamar 25+, Allen 25+. D Jenkins, Eagles -3, Cardinals money line, Giants +7, Pats team total over, Steelers team total under, Hunter Henry over 3.5 receptions, and Ravens -1. Thank you guys so much, all of you. Thank you so much for your support. Season 5 of NFL Pop-Up. I'm proud that we are in our 5th season here. Proud of the show. Thankful for the support from Jeff Slaughter and, of course, my producer, Jose Bouquet. Irish King, thank you. Ken Wood, Justin McKelvey, Abel Alvarez, Just My 2 Cents, Res Mob, 66 Slammy, Salty Pete, and thank you to all that signed up for our Cappers contest and Survivor Pool, and a very big thank you to Harbor Acres Cottages that's put $1,000 bonus on top of our prize pool, $1,000 for the capper with the most perfect weeks throughout the duration of the regular season. We have D Jenkins, AM, Nut Flush, Allen, Harrow, Williams, WT, Atlanta Moneyline for WT, and the Terra Mina Leche girls play today. Just my 2 cents. Johnny K, the Nuke Worker, Big Daddy Boom. Thank you guys so much. Daryl Jones, Sweet Lou, Chris Warren, Anthony D, all of you guys. Thank you so much. Kongs, Clips, 5 Leg, 7-point teaser, Arizona, New York. New York Giants, Denver, Detroit, Baltimore. Thank you guys with all my heart. Thank you for the support. Kirk Gray, thank you. Great to see you. We had a bunch of cappers back in business, in the chat, and it's great to see all of you guys. Thank you, TJ, Old E. Thank you all. Steve G. Thank you guys. Now it's time. Week 1 of the NFL season has kicked off, or the first Sunday has kicked off, and I cannot wait. You guys go have the best week 1. Pad your bankroll. Get that cash. Leche! Hey, los bookmakers.